Good afternoon, everyone. This is Geetanjali from Asia Pacific Group, and today we will be having a discussion on student visa because I know in August there are lots of student visas which are expiring. So there is always a curiosity that what things are required, what needs to be submitted, what things are accepted, what is not accepted. So we will be going through in detail for every single document. And today I have Mr. Arun Singhal with me, who will be giving us all the details related to student visa.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Arun Singhal. So yeah, we'll conduct the student visa webinar today and we'll go in depth, we'll provide in-depth details about the student visa requirements.
And just I missed to mention that he's one of our registered migration agent and one of the qualified education counselor. So anything related to education or migration, any questions, please type in the chat box and we will be able to answer all your concerns at the last of the session.
Yeah.
We'll quickly go through with the disclaimer that whatever we will be talking today is in a very journal way, an overview, and everything varies from case to case. So if you want to know anything specific for your case, please feel free to come and book a one-to-one appointment because not one shoe fit all.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Give me just 1 minute. So the very first thing I want to ask you is assessment levels, because everybody says you might need funds, you might not need funds. How we come to that point, and what is assessment level?
Okay. So from last couple of years, the Department of Home Affairs have now come up with a simplified student visa framework that they have provided labels to the country of passport the applicant is holding and the education provider also. So for example, if you hold a passport from Brazil and you want to study in a specific university, let's say in RMIT University, so the country also have a label from 1 to 3, and also the education provider also does have a label. So if both of the country and the education provider is level 1, then there are less documents required, because then the department consider that you come from a less, not a high risk country, and the education provider is also not a high risk.
So it means if like I'm from India and we are level 3, that's a high risk country. Yeah. So if I choose to study level 1, so that's a less risk provider, there will be more chances to get a visa.
Yeah. So how the level work is, if you are from a level 1 country or your education level 1, then basically it offsets and it becomes level 1. So there are lesser requirement of documents, which we'll go through in the detail later webinar. Okay. So the next thing we'll talk about is
I just want to because definitely there must be a lot of documents requirement. But if we just talk about the very basic requirements, that what are the basic documents if I just want to start my student visa process, what are the basic documents I need for that?
Okay, so the basic document we need is, the first of all, we need identity, which of course is a passport in our case. And then if you want to study, then you need a proof of education. So basically you need a confirmation of enrollment, or if you are in Australia, sometime offer letter also do the job. Okay. And then the student visa, you must maintain a health insurance or OVHC, and we do that as well. We have health
yes,
insurance
we are doing really good. Like we are giving really good, I'll say, discounts on your health insurance policies. So if any of the clients is looking to get a health insurance, please do contact Asia Pacific Group, and we are giving really good discount at the moment in health insurance. And the first documents you mentioned, confirmation of enrollment. Yes. We are offering really good scholarships on all the programs. Doesn't matter you're doing a vet, you are doing a higher education. We are offering scholarships on everything. So please feel free to contact us for saving some dollars.
That's right.
So the next document.
Okay. So the next thing we need is GT requirement. GT is like a genuine temporary entrant. So the applicant must satisfy the department that they are a genuine temporary student and they are a genuine student. Okay. So it's a statement that we provide about our history. So we will go into detail later on in the webinar. Okay, the next thing we need is relationship proof. If someone is married or they have children, then they need relationship proof like marriage certificate and children's birth certificate and all that.
So it means we need to prove that we are in a genuine relationship and we do have evidence to support our relationships.
That's right.
What about employment history?
Employment history is also required, but if it is your very first student visa, we don't need to go into too much detail. Okay.
If there is not a lot of gap.
Yeah. So it depends on the person, like which course you want to apply for and what you have studied before. So then we see if the employment can play any significant role in that. Okay.
Previous qualification, I know, because we generally get so many clients who says I have done non-medical or I have done commerce and now I want to do nursing. So what's the role of previous qualification?
Previous qualifications play a vital role because let's say a person is a lawyer. Now, all of a sudden they want to study accounting. So it automatically raises eyebrows, like why such a shift in the career move, So if you can provide genuine reasons and you have a actual desire and genuine desire, then there is nothing stopping you. But again, you need to back up your claim, like why you want to change your occupation.
Again, here comes the role of your migration agent. That it's very important, whatever you have done in your past can relate what are you planning to do. And if you are switching on your careers, then you have something strong to support your decision that why you want to do this. So that again, you need your migration agent who can help you and advise you what things you can do, what things not to do. So the next thing, very important, I think most of my students say that so many agents are promoting, you don't need us, you don't need PT for your student visa. How does that work?
Okay, so if you are lodging your visa application from offshore, and if it's your first visa, then you need IELTS test. But if you are from a country which is exempted from IELTS test, then you don't need English test requirement. And also, if you are onshore in Australia and you have already studied in Australia something, then also you are exempted from providing English test result. But then again, depends on the situation of the person, which country's passport they are holding. So this is a very specific, it cannot be a specific, advice. So it depends on the person.
Person to person. Okay. And again, I would like to add on here that if you are taking admission in level 1 provider, I know agents are saying that you don't need English at all, but again, there are different criteria. You might need to sit for an internal test, or you might submit that you have studied before in English. So please, before going through anything, make sure you check everything, what your agent is advising and how this is going to work. So now the most difficult question, final financial evidence, because I know this is get really tricky, what to submit, what not to submit.
So in the financial evidence, we need evidence that you have sufficient funds so that you will be able to support yourself during your studies. We do have the next slide on this. So let's go to the next one, please. Okay, financial evidence.
Yes.
So first of all, a lot of students ask like how much they need, right? So we need at least 12 months of living expenses, even if your course is 3 years course or 2 years course. Minimum requirement for living expenses 12 months, which is for the main applicant, the primary applicant, $21,041. And if you have spouse, then they need to show 7,362 additional funds. And then per child, we need $3,152. Okay. And traveling cost, if you are already in Australia, you need to show $1,000 per person as travel. If you are overseas, then you need to show $2,000 per person. Okay. Now here come the things like you asked me about the financial document, right? So it depends on your level of the college. So you may or may not need to show the funds and the IELTS results. But again, it's a if your college is level 1, and even if you are from a level 3 country, there is no requirement of showing funds. Okay, but it does not stop the visa officer to ask for it because they do have a discretion. if they find any doubt in their
like if I'm a visa officer and I think that
yeah,
something is dodgy,
yeah,
I might still ask for funds.
that's right. They do have the power and they can still refuse the visa. So if that we have to make sure we provide a strong GT statement and there is no gaps or lags in the application. Okay.
So guys, very important to choose the right migration agent for you so that everything goes fine and everything is submitted in a smooth way that you don't have a hassle later on. The next thing I want Arun to give a detail is GTE, the most tricky document in student visa application.
So by far, GT criteria, genuine temporary entrant, or in other words, which we can call it like a genuine student. This is the most important criteria. Okay, that's most of the visa applications are refused based on GT requirements. Okay, because it's not a requirement which we can fulfill by providing a document. For example, a department asks for English test. You need to provide your English language ability. You can prove it by your IELTS or your English test results. They want you to show funds. You can show your funds by a bank statement or FD or any other documents like a education loan. But when they ask you to prove your genuinity, there is no specific rule. Okay, so every student will call themselves genuine, but again their story must stack up. Okay, so what we need to consider is what is your previous qualification. Okay, what is there any gap in your studies? If there is, why was the gap? Okay, were you studying during that time? Were you employed somewhere, or did you take deliberate break to prepare for another examination or something? Any pregnancy and then you took off, or COVID related issues. Okay, and if you have taken employment, is it related to your current course that you are doing? Okay, some people have studied something. Let's say some people have studied accounting in Australia, but they found a job as a chef or a kitchen hand.
Yeah.
Then slowly they progressed from kitchen hand to chef. Okay, now they're working as a chef, but they don't have a formal qualification as a chef. Okay?
And I think that's a very common thing in Australia, that most of students love to work in hospitality because there's a lot of job opportunities.
Yeah, and even with other students, like say someone is working in a retail shop, okay, as a retail manager, but they don't have any formal qualification, but they need a formal qualification in that particular occupation now to get their skills assessed. So that is a strong enough reason to choose. Okay, and next we can talk about is family ties in home country. So I think you can talk about family ties.
Yeah, because family ties is they want to see that do you have any incentive to return back to your because definitely if everyone is coming here, they are not happy to have people who just want to stay here. They want genuine people who wants to come study and upgrade their knowledge. Because if everybody, they want to see who is back home there for you, to whom you have an incentive to return, what you have in your home country. I think family ties relations matters. If you have any property, even that matters, that you have something for which you will go back. But or sometimes even the employment letters. Your employer from back home is giving you a letter that you will complete this qualification, and then when you come back, you will have a upper position in the same company. Even that helps you to get. But again, I'll say that GTE is not something which we can explain everything here. It needs, because whatever we are stating, we need facts and figures to support.
And it changes from individual to individual.
Yes. So there is no certain guidelines to follow this. There are so much future prospect in your country that if you complete that qualification, how that will help you to grow in your home country. What will be the benefits of this course? How much increase in your salary you can get? So there is so many facts. And again, the same thing, we need strong documents to support what we are stating. And here comes the role of your migration agent, that they will guide you that what all can help you to make your GT, because GT is, if someone say it's just a document, but if you look at it, it's a complete thing on which the visa officer will make a decision that whether he or she will give you a visa or not give you a visa.
Definitely. And we'll talk about ties in Australia as well, the next point. So some people think that it's a if they have their relatives living here or brother or sister living there, they think it's a good thing. So what do you think?
See, if they are here, we need to declare them.
Yeah.
But again, the thing is if we were just talking about financial capacity, if everything is shown here, visa reservation, you are completely already relying on the person who's in Australia. So that's not a good sign, I think, for the visa officer. And then Arun can take it further that what is the pros and cons here.
Basically, if we show like ties in Australia, then we are defining the purpose of our visit. We are saying we want to visit for temporary purpose. And on the other hand, we are saying our relatives, let's say siblings are living here. Then visa officer have a doubt like your brother or sister living here, you will study and you will not go back. Yes. So it's not considered positively, it's actually considered negatively. Okay. And the next thing we need to provide in the GP is that how this course will benefit you in your home country. Okay, the one before it. Yeah. For example, if someone wants to apply for a bachelor's in arts from here, from overseas, or if they are here and they're doing some cheap course, okay, and then officer will think, okay, you are investing 20 lakh rupees or whatever in your home country, like in Australian dollars, $30,000 in 2 years study. Is there any return of investment after 2 years in your home country? Can you get a job related to that? So if we cannot justify all these things, then it creates doubt in the visa officer's mind, and they will have they might provide a negative outcome. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing.
And I think that's a very popular thing among all the visitors and their families here, visitor visa to student visa.
Yeah.
That if you are currently in visitor visa in Australia and you are planning to study, then what things you need to consider before you apply or consider any course. So I'll say the thing and Arun will explain us one by one conditions on visitor visa.
Okay. So nowadays, a lot of people are coming on visitor visa since the border has just opened. So it's not a, like in the past, there was not so many applicants who were coming on visitor visa and then lodging their student visas. But it's just because of the COVID thing, a lot of people are applying for visitor visas, coming to Australia and then lodging their student visas onshore. So first thing, it's not illegal, okay? And there is nothing stopping you from doing that, okay? If your visa condition does not allow you to lodge another visa, then it's a different thing. Otherwise, if there is no visa conditions on it, then basically you can apply for any visa. So if you have a condition 8503, which means a no further stay condition, then basically we cannot lodge any other visa once we arrive in Australia. Okay, so that is the only thing. Otherwise, definitely we can go ahead. Okay, and the other thing we need to think is like how long they have been in Australia.
Yes.
Okay, we get clients who came to Australia 2 days ago and now they are in the office, they want to lodge the visa today. Okay, so it does not give a very good impression to the department. You can definitely visit to our office next day also. Yeah, there is no.
We are here to welcome you in this beautiful country.
Yeah, so we can provide you the pathway. We can lay out the courses that are available to you. You go home, think about it, discuss it with your family, visit some of the institutions. Then we lodge your visa after 1 month.
Yeah, because what the visa officer wants to know that what you explored and you just came here in the country for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
It means that you didn't enter to Australia with a genuine intention. So it's always good you explore and see how things work here, what's happening here, roam around, explore the new culture, eat different kind of cuisines.
Yeah.
And then it's always good. Then you have a clear vision what you want to do. But again, the same facts I think Arun has mentioned, they do consider what you have done in the past. And I think Arun will take the things one by one and we'll having a more clear picture.
Yeah. So again, then when you're choosing the course, even if you're on visitor visa or any other visa, you need to see what are your previous qualifications. Is there any study gap, and do you have any related employment or no? So these are the same thing which are for any other applicant, which is a part of GT also.
So because I think there is a lot of rumor that if you are onshore, you can do whatever you want. No, it doesn't work in that way. Again, the visa officer wants you to show that you are a genuine student. If you have gaps, we need evidence to support that gap. If you have employment, we need evidence to support your employment, and just a letter will not work. We need all the evidence to support your application, so that you are going in a right way, which actually gives you a future pathway to do your further things if you plan to stay here for a long time.
Yeah. And also when you're choosing the course, you need to see, is there any future pathway related to that course? Okay. There is no point doing a course paying $20,000-$30,000 and there is no PR pathway. Okay. In some cases, the applicant is stuck. They have to buy time. They already have their relevant study. Then then it makes sense. Okay. But if you don't, you already have a PR pathway course, then it's strongly recommended that you choose a course which has PR pathways in it, okay, which can get you a skill assessment, and so that you can either get a GSM visa, General Skill Migration visa, or you can apply for employer nominated visa. Otherwise, after 2-3 years, you finish the course, you are still here, and you are now looking for another course. You know.
So in this way, you will be ending up paying a lot more money, which you really don't need to pay. So always consult to your agent that what is the right course, what is the career outcomes, from which awarding body you will get your skill assessment, what are the requirements for skill assessment. Because I know we come across so many students who knows that they will not get 7 each. Yeah. So there is no point you pick a course in which at the end you need 7 each and get your skill assessment done. So there is a lot more other pathways. So if you're talking like upfront only, what is your plan? Then we can help you to execute that plan.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's very, very important to choose the right course, and to choose the right course, you can come to Asia Pacific Group, concern any of our admission team member, and we will be able to guide you about the course, fee structure, what scholarship you can secure on that. Very flexible payment plans if you don't want to pay everything in one go, and then our migration agents can help you to understand that what course our admission team have offered you, how this course will lead you towards your PR pathway.
Yeah. So I would say, like, don't leave yourself alone out there without any guidance. Find a proper migration agent. Like we have a team of migration agents. We have 5 migration agents in Melbourne office, and in Adelaide office, Sydney office, Reservoir office. We have migration agents everywhere. You need to make a plan. Okay, so anything you do now is not going to give you results straight away. Okay, if you want to get PR, plan it. Okay, you need to plan it, like which course you need to do, when you need to do your PT and IELTS test, so that it's valid for your PR and also for your PR as well. Okay, how many bands you need. Okay, do you need to do PY or not? Maybe you don't need to do it. Okay, so maybe you need to do NATI. So that is, and which state to do the course. Okay, it's not always right to do the course where your relatives are living. Yes. Okay, there might not be PR pathways then later on. So the course is important, as well as the location of the course is important.
Yes.
Because some occupations are in demand in South Australia, but they are not required in Victoria. Okay, some courses are and occupations are highly in demand in Western Australia, but South Australia and Victoria will not invite.
So again, I'll add on here that I know, because to us, a lot of people come and they say, because my relative told me to do this, I did this. My relative have a friend who got a college, so I got admission there, and he advised me this course. See, because it's your life, you are the decision maker. So always explore your options, take opinions, and then make the right decision where you can save some money, and plus you can get a better pathway also. Again, as Arun just mentioned, that always check which state is good for you. I know you want to stay to your family because you have relatives here, but at one point you have to move, because then you have to get your PR sorted as well. So it's good to start in the beginning only rather than complaining at the last.
So I'll just add one thing here with the GTE. So GTE statement, it's a personal statement that the applicant has to write. Okay, you need to provide your story now, but we can help you with that. We cannot write it for you, but we can definitely help you. We get some students who are struggling in English, so they are not able to write. So we can assist you. Okay, we can get your side of story. you can tell us your story in your own language. Okay, we can get it drafted and we can help you draft it, and
so we can guide you.
We can definitely guide you. Okay, so that's part of the professional service, not a problem at all. Okay, one-on-one question time.
So if anyone have a question, so please feel free to, you can always email us. Arun's email is gsm1@asiapacificgroup.com, and we do 10 to 12 free consultations. So if you want to come and have a one-to-one consultation, please book an appointment, visit us. And because again, I'll say the same thing, not one shoe fit all. So again, we will make a plan as per your circumstances for you. Or you can simply email us, call us, or make an appointment, call on our landline, ask for Arun, ask for me, or ask for any of our team members. We all are equally compatible and we will be able to assist you with all your concerns.
Yeah. If anyone have any question, we can take now.
Yeah, I think if anyone have any question, please feel free to write in the chat box and we will be able to assist you. But if not, then thank you so much for joining. We appreciate, and we are looking forward. We are doing some more webinars in the next few days, and we will be talking about trade courses and so many other things. So if any one of you have any questions, please join our webinars and contact us. We have office in Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, Reservoir, and we provide PTE, anything related to admission, migration, anything. We will be able to help you. So please feel free to contact Asia Pacific Group, www.asiapacificgroup.com. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.